All right, welcome to So Get the Podcast. I'm Katie. Let's get the show started. So, today, I'd like to bring to you all's attention. But before I get the show started, my thoughts and prayers goes out to everyone. Every hour, every minute, every second, every day, every week, it's a tragedy happening in the world. And every week is just, it's always something. So today's show, I would like to start off with let me start off with this, since it's recently continued to the games, but it's a very strange situation that was taking place. It was a gathering, I guess a usual gathering at this particular location amongst friends, family and friends that they normally typically do. They get together and sit down and watch the game. Something happened with some of the friends, I believe all of the friends that was there, and the person that was actually hosting the party. Not quite sure what really happened. It's a strange story. So, it's on my radar. So it's a HIV scientist. He hosted the Kansas City Chiefs game watch party before bodies of 3 friends were found in his backyard. Is very depressed over he was involved in their death, and people are accusing of him being involved in their death and devastating. He couldn't go to their funerals. Okay, yeah, that's kind of weird story. So the Kansas City Chief fan whose 3 friends were found dead in his backyard is very depressed and devastated. A source has claimed. Dave Arrington, he was 37. Ricky Johnson, that was 38. And Clayton McGinney was 36, were found dead in Jordan Willis' backyard, Kansas City, Missouri, on January 9th. Police have not made any arrests, and medical examinations are yet to reveal the cause of death. Results from toxicology reports are still pending. However, an anonymous source close to the 38-year-old HIV scientist family has revealed that he is devastated that he did not get to say goodbye or go to his friend's funeral, and is concerned about unfounded suspicion he believes he is facing. The source said Willis is very depressed, I don't know why they keep saying, as the whole country speculates and is accusing him of murdering his friends. Not only is, I guess it's a statement, whatever, not only is the whole country accusing him of murdering his friends without factual details, evidence, or any charges at this time, but he has also lost 3 of his close friends, as some told Fox Nation. He didn't get to say goodbye or go to their funerals due to the circumstances of these wild speculations and accusations. No one seemed to be willing to wait for the results of the toxicology report or wait for any other facts from the police department from a case that is still under investigation to make these speculations. The further claimed that Willis' family came to know of what had happened only after local news media contacted them. The family didn't know if Willis was among the they wasn't sure that he was amongst the accusing death or whatever. They also disputed claims that the scientist had told people and his friends froze to death in his yard after police arrived at his home. What was missing from the story was context. He never once said that his friends froze to death to anyone. They added, hold on, I got more to the story. Normally I just highlight certain things like that, but it's kind of weird that happened, and seemed like no one knows exactly what happened to the friends. Like I said, this is January 7th. This is the timeline of the event. The 3 men to the Jordan Willis home to watch the Kansas City Chiefs games against the Los Angeles Chargers, which starts at the 3:25. At some point during the night, Willis goes upstairs to sleep, leaving the 3 men and another unnamed man to hang out in his house. January 8th, Jordan Willis claimed he did not leave his home this day, so he didn't realize victims' cars was outside. Loved ones of the missing men start trying to contact Willis, who, give me 1 second, contact Willis, who doesn't respond. January 9th, Clayton McGinning's fiance breaks into the home and screams Willis' name after 2 days of no communication with her partner. She finds one of the bodies on his back porch. At 9:51 p.m., 3 bodies are found at the property after police perform a welfare check. He would never in a million years do anything. These were all good friends of his. These was all people he went to school with, and he took them to football game the day before the Chiefs, he said. Speaking to the New York Post, Willis' father said he would never in a million years hurt his friends, of course. When pressed on the inconsistency in Willis' story, notably the fact that one of the bodies did not have a jacket on when apparently leaving his home despite the ice cold January weather the night, he said they couldn't gone out there. It was ice and cold that night. I don't know how many cars they came in. There was 3 of them, and there was only 2 cars left on the street. They couldn't decide they wanted to go back inside his house. For some reason, people leave the house all the time without coats. It doesn't matter how cold it is, so I can't answer to that statement. Jordan doesn't know what happened to them, and he never saw them again at the point that they were walking towards the front door and leaving his house. DailyMail.com has also been able to reveal the 5th man in the group photograph as Alex Weimer Lee. He is a high school pal of the victims whose body was discovered 2 days after celebrating gathering on January 7th, but says he left at midnight after the football finish and when everyone was alive. Weimer Lee, who shortened his name to Lee, says he's waved them off at 2 a.m. before sleeping on the couch, spending the next 2 days inside the house, not thinking anything of the fact that their cars were still outside. Lee, 37-year-old flooring contractor, lives in a rental home in another part of the city. When DailyMail.com arrived to ask him questions about the fateful night, and man answering intercom doorbell claimed he wasn't there and could not discuss January 7th. The man added, Alex isn't here right now. He isn't handling any media inquiries. Okay, this story is all over the place. I know most people, give me a second, get together and watch their favorite games, things of that nature, and enjoy each other company, watching their favorite teams or just watching a great football game. It's unfortunate that 3 men passed away, allegedly. It's unfortunate that it happened anywhere, it doesn't matter where. That it so happened to be his friends, and he don't know exactly what happened. Now, I know party can get out of hand. People can drink and do their own thing. I know most likely they was comfortable. Some people, like they said, go outside with no coat on because they got alcohol in their system and they hot. And that I've seen that before. But to know that you had company at your home and you went upstairs, there's no one else looking out for the house or even the people that surround your house. Yes, I know they might be friends that might be considered family, but they are on your property. Anything happens, they're going to come question you. For you not to know anything, is it possible? I don't know. Anything is possible. But it's unfortunate that he was in the house for a couple of days and no one could get in contact with him about anyone else's loved ones. And one of the fiancés broke into his house and finally got an answer because she had to break into his house to try to get in contact with him to find out where was her fiancé at. And they come to find out they was passed away. I mean, old media hasn't talked about this yet. About all these things. That could have happened too, as well. Going in the car and stay warm. But you know how people drink and mingling and just talking trash and junk about the game or to each other about life stories, whatever the case may be. But for all 3 of them to allegedly die outside his home on that porch, or one was found on his porch, but they all froze it. Like, I don't That just kind of weird to me. Asking questions. But my question is that they came over with their cars. Why not go in their vehicles to get warm? True. I mean, what most people would do, right? Especially no coats on. You know, you don't want to go back in the house. You want to stay out there. I know people do whatever they do, cigarette smoking, things in that nature. Most likely you will go in the car, right? If you can't smoke in the house. And if it's freezing around this time during that, January, it was a couple weeks ago. This weather is crazy, so most likely people would have went in their car with the heat, you know? So this is a very interesting story. You know, on this platform, this type of stories you will hear. We break the news here. Old media don't talk about certain things like this. I don't know what's going on with that. So just want to throw that out there. Yeah, he was a like I said, HIV scientist. You know. Okay, so moving forward. Next, that's on my radar. Thanks for all the viewers that's tuning in right now. Appreciate the the support. There's a lot that's going on in the world. So, like I said, I want to add to not that, but just with the show. This 20. So a lot of new things that's taking place right now. A few people have mentioned on their interviews, like, the things that's been done in the dark is actually coming to the light. This is the time. So if you have done anything to anyone or whatever the case may be, I would suggest you make it right, because the truth is coming out. Whatever it may be, I don't know what it is. It's a good, good versus evil. And more people is just leaving us, most likely for making the bad decisions and not really understanding what life is truly about. It's supposed to be about loving each other and helping each other get to where we want to be. We all have a role in this movie that we call life. We all have a role. Everyone can't be the main celebrity in the act or the movie, but you have a role too. Without you, the movie can't be a movie. You know what I mean? So if you do the best of your ability, everything else will take care of itself. But you need a team, family, friends, colleagues, whatever you want to say. We all have something to do to make things work. And it seems like people are surviving at an all-time high. They're not looking to do anything far as team. I want to know, well, I know it's not going to last so long. I want to know how long you think it's going to last. Doing it that way. Growing up, it was always, we was taught on how to survive and take care of ourselves and our loved ones. But it's also a way of doing things. There's no I in team. People that wins have a team. They all on the same frequency or lane or train of thought, whatever you want to use, and they continues to win. It's the reason why people win, consistently win, because they have the know-how and they know what to do. There's no guessing. There's no hypothetical. It's none of these things that people do with themselves. Mental health is a big time thing that's going on, especially nowadays. With this world, it's a lot of truth coming out about what is and what is not, and what we was taught and or saw as kids, and even adults now. It's coming to find out that you're questioning everything. You should question everything until you get to the root of the problem. Okay, so moving forward, that's why I say, do your research on whatever you do, whoever you spend your money with. So, the FDIC, yes, it's on my radar, but they have sent out cease and desist letters issued to 5 companies claiming to be the FDIC insured. The FDIC has issued letters demanding 5 entities and certain associates parties cease and desist from making false and misleading statements about the FDIC, deposit insurance. The FDIC is demanding that Atmos Financial, PBC, Buy Bitcoin X Inc., It was Oregano Payments Inc. and this OG Pay, Horizon Global X, which operates Upstream Exchange, and Zelle Money Corporation, take immediate correct action to address these false or misleading statements. According to the FDIC, based upon the information it has collected, the companies, certain associate parties made false representation by stating or suggesting that these entities are FDIC insured, or the certain uninsured financial products are insured by the FDIC. Misusing the FDIC name or logo, misrepresenting the nature or the extent of deposit insurance, failing to clearly identify the insured, the institutions with which they have relationships for the placement of customer deposit and into which funds may be deposited. These material misrepresentation and omission are false and misleading and have the potential to harm consumers. The FDIC said what laws it says. The Federal Deposit Insurance Act prohibits any person from representing or implying that an uninsured financial product is FDIC insured, or from knowingly representing the extent and manner of the deposit insurance. The NCUA has encountered similar issue itself in the past, especially with online entities claiming to either be credit unions to carry NCU SIF insurance. Okay, well, I only brought that up. They doing what needs to be done, getting to the people or going after these companies or institutions in corporate America that's claiming to do and or be who they say they are. Allegedly, they are. Allegedly, they said that they're actually doing it, and they get in trouble for it. And these people have licenses, degrees, certificates, all these different things that they hang on the wall, like things like behind me, like they hang them on the wall, and not all, but most today, they hang all these things on the wall, and people are trusting them, giving their hard-earned money and believing in these people to do what they led to believe is right. And every day, every week on their shows, doesn't matter what brand or what company, like I said, old media might not talk about these things, and if they do, most likely, you probably got to hear first. But at the end, who's next? What other company that's going to come out and get in trouble for not good business practice? It's not stopping. It's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. And if these companies, entities in corporate America get in trouble and then go out of business or whatever the case may be, somebody has to replace them. Somebody will replace them. And my thing is, or my question would be, why not you? If you're on the good side, as far as you really genuinely want to help people, and you really do have a product and a service that can help not only you and your loved ones and the people around you, but actually possibly the world, why not? Especially if you got a good heart, your spirit is good, you want what's right for the people and do right. Pretty much, that's all it is. It's a lot of false advertising going on. That's going on right now. So why not you? Just replace them. I know. Like I said last week, everyone don't have the expertise or the know-how on, becoming their own business. Or maybe they don't even know what to do quite yet. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But how about get with someone, partner up with someone that knows what they're doing, that actually helping the people, that's actually giving them information that they can utilize in their everyday life. Because the information that's coming from this platform, when it comes to, financial literacy, money, food, mental health, is coming from this platform. Now, I'm only going to highlight what needs to be highlighted. And for the most case, some things will be informed to you that you might not know or never cared about to know, that I will bring to your awareness. And sometimes it go through one ear out the other. But you can never say, you can say no one ever told you, but I promise you on this platform, that message was passed. Okay, so moving forward, Channel 4. Channel 4 is on my radar. Channel 4 set to announce plan to axe almost 250 jobs. I know they like 250 jobs. What is that? I don't work for ABC, not me, but people would say, well, what that got anything to do with me? What I'm saying to you is, it doesn't matter the company. They letting people go. Like it's to announce plan to cut almost 250 jobs as the British broadcaster adjusts to the decline in demand for advertising. The job cuts represents about 15% of the 1,300 workforce of full-time staff. Employees will be informed by Chief Executive Alex Mahone this week. Sky News first reported national broadcasting must increasingly contend with competition from a host and international streaming services run by large U.S. technology companies such as Netflix, Amazon, and Apple. At the same time, they are exposed to the downturn in global advertising as companies brace for weakening economics. The Channel 4 announcement could come as soon as, it says Monday, but 3 weeks after the plans were first reported by The Guardian. The broadcaster has already cut back shows, including daytime chat shows, Steph's Packed Lunch, SAS, Who Dares Wins, and the big Nasty Show, and the Blow to Production Company. Channel 4 is state-owned by the funded through advertising, which accounts for 2/3 of its budget and leave it vulnerable to downturns. The government considered it last year. Privatizing it last year, but eventually backed down. It is thought that the cuts could heavily affect London-based staff because of the previous commitments to increase employment in the nations and regions of the UK away from the capital. The job cuts could outstrip the 200 it made in 2008 during the global financial crisis. Mahone in the November said that the slump advertising was the worst since then. That's another network that's releasing people. It's been going on mid last year, towards last year, and of course the beginning of this year is more networks, more companies letting people go. People, I know, once again, it haven't hit your doorstep yet, but I promise you, if it hits your job or your doorstep yet, it's people around you, even in the company you work for, moving forward or going somewhere else, better opportunities. That's always been like that. But if you notice, it's at an all-time high. People actually leaving from where they are. They're going to other locations for better opportunities. And most likely it's for more money. But at the end of the day, that's what people doing. People going to do what's best for them and their loved ones to provide for their loved ones. I don't blame them. But I'm saying after a while, if you got to continue to go here and go there, go over here for more money over there, and seem like it's the same thing over and over again. Like the same movie. I know we watch some of the best movies to us over and over again. It seems like it's the same movie, same song, same tune. It's the same thing. And if people not paying attention this year, 2024, all truth is coming out, and I just hope and pray that by the time it knocks at your door, that it's not too late. I don't really want that from anyone. Like I said, it's better on this side. It's better on this side. Like, do this every week. I love it. No problems. I'm going to give you the news. I'm going to give you what the people needs. I love this. I don't ever want to call out. Do I have my moments like anyone else? Yeah. Sometimes, I think about certain things. Do I really want to? Only time I'm questioning anything is, should I really break this down to them? Should I really talk about this? That's the only time I kind of second. But doing this, I do this. This is what I do. It's okay. If you don't understand, it's not for you. Eventually you will understand because it's going to knock at your door. Okay, moving forward. The company, John Lewis. I don't know if you heard about it, but they are on my radar. They are considering cutting 11,000 jobs after slashing redundancy terms. That's 11,000. Staff have criticized the announcement redundancy changes as being made without consultation. The owner of the John Lewis and Weight Ross is considering cutting up to 11,000 staff in his job next 5 years after the retail group slashed redundancy terms this week. Sources said that at least 10% of the staff-owned businesses' 72,000 strong workforce could go across the group's head office, supermarkets, and department stores. Department heads are working on plans, and the number of roles in the business is expected to be gradually reduced over several years via redundancies and not replacing staff who leave, source said. John Lewis warned about potential job cuts in March last year as part of a plan to reduce costs and use technology to improve efficiency. The group has already cut thousands of jobs, partly through stores closures, including 16 department stores and several supermarkets. Over the past 5 years, the scale of potential job cuts emerged after the John Lewis partnership, which is owned by its staff via trust, wrote to workers this week, telling them it was cutting the terms of its redundancy package in half, offering 1 week of pay and year of services instead of 2 for anyone being made redundant from the 1st of February. One member of the staff, known as the partners because of the co-owned business, said that the announcement of the cut was particularly galling as it came shortly after a number of senior executives had left on a more generous deal. Okay. Well, I see why they're leaving. Like I said, people are leaving from better opportunities or word around the office, the facility, wherever you work at. People talk, man. People talk, man. And some people listen. Most people don't. But, what's that saying? It's like a group of people, and let's say 1 or 2 people run past you, just running, right? Just running. You was told, growing up, you see people running from a direction you looking at and they going the other way, you should run with them and ask questions later. You know what I mean? Like, why would you just see them run and you just standing there like Hey, I'm sorry. This is like, if people are whispering about, they allegedly, you know how they, hear words about, hey man, they firing people, man, they cutting hours back and all that. What you gonna do? You gonna try to wait around and not look for another job just in case if it is real or if it's true? You gotta protect yourself. You know what I mean? And people was leaving, and people leaving, it's for a reason. What's the reason? Who really knows but the people? And if you don't know, but they're leaving for a reason. So you have to be mindful and open to the possibility of anything is happening, and you can be next. Like, this is crazy. Okay, moving forward. Since we're talking about job cuts, this is more on my radars. This week on this show, this is what's being told to you. Okay, UPS is on my radar. Yes, UPS is on my radar. UPS layoffs. They saying they gonna cut about 12,000 people. 12,000 people. God. Packaging delivery company UPS announced plans to eliminate about 12,000 jobs on Tuesday morning after seeing a slope in demand at home and abroad, according to multiple reports. Officials said that the cuts are aimed and aligned the company's resources. CNBC reported during a company call, CEO Carl Tome said that the decision would save the company $1 billion in costs, according to the Associated Press. We are going to fit our organization statement to our strategy and align our resources against the widely important, Tome said. The announcement came after UPS reported decreased revenue in the last 3 months of 2023, fueled by drops in shipping volume across the U.S. and internationally. Domestically, an average daily volume was down by 7.4%, while down by 8.3% internationally, driven mostly by softening in Europe, according to the company officials. Analysts has estimated the UPS would see a fourth quarter revenue of $25.31 billion. According to the AP on Tuesday, the company reported revenues of $24.9 billion, a 7.8% decrease from the numbers seen in the fourth quarter of 2022. Another statement, 2023 was a unique and difficult year, and through it all, we remained focused on controlling what we could control, stay on strategy, and strengthening our foundation for future growth, Toom said. The company is also grappling with higher labor costs and considering the sale of its truck brokerage business. Bloomberg News reported it expects that in 2024, revenue would range between $92 billion and $94.5 billion. UPS has about 500,000 employees worldwide. With Tuesday's announcement, the company joined several announcing layoffs in the new year, including eBay, Wildfire, Macy's, Amazon, Google, and Meta. That's been talking about those companies. That's like 4 or 5 companies. They all laying people off. I know people are hearing about the AI, technology taking and replacing you at your job. Everything, most things are remote. There are some people that actually still go into office, wherever company you work for. But with this AI technology, it seems like these robots is taking people's jobs. I mean, I understand the business structure or infrastructure and reasoning of why they downgrading and cutting costs. That just makes sense. If you're trying to save money and make money, that's just part of the business. And it's unfortunate that while doing that, it's involving the people. The people do the job, you get paid for it, and they want to make more money, but they want to pay less employees. I get it. It just makes sense, right? But if this is happening to almost all of the major corporations in America, what do you think is going to happen to the people that's on a lower scale or lower level than they are, contingent to their revenue stream, respectfully? Like, what you think going to happen? It's just domino effect, chain of command, go from the top to go to the bottom. So, I want to get to the sponsor right before I close the show out. Credit Suit. Follow them for free training on improving your fund ability to building business credit and getting funding for your business. Credit Suit Business Credit. Link is in the bio and or at the bottom of this video. Post for more details for entrepreneurs. They are looking to help, been helping on this platform. We give out help to people that's really helping, that's really care about you, that really want to see you win. They might not do what you actually do. They just specialize in what they do, and then you bring, one to one together, make two. We can make things happen, do your own thing, whatever it may be. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to try, I say you should try a leap of faith. Because up to this point, if you watch this, have been watching this platform, you must most likely been doing what you've been doing over the years. And you never thought about trying something new? Why not? Because you already know what that side like. You already know what you've been doing over these years, what it's like. If you leave this job for whatever the reason, because they're cutting your hours back or they don't like you, whatever the case may be, you just go find another job. It seems like that's the same old story. Why not do something you really want to do? Why not really build something for you and your loved ones? And when you're not here anymore, they could just take over or whatever they may be. Whatever you choose for them to do or advise them to do, sell it, whatever. But at least you're leaving them in a better position that you were in. People are, like I said, surviving. People are being selfish. And the thing is, the people are being selfish. It's affecting their family. They might not believe it's affecting them now. But what if they're not as strong as you? What if they're not as smart as you? What if? Then what? You're going to have them depend on what? These people that's letting go thousands of people? Like, there's thousands. It's about 1,000. I don't understand. Yeah, that's true. Keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. Is the same. How? You would never get anything different. You will continue to get the same thing. It might be a little different, but it's the same thing, and that's true. You have to do something different to get different results. You have to learn how to be uncomfortable being comfortable. Being comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah, being comfortable being uncomfortable is the proper way to say it. And I understand it's a fear factor there that people don't want to go through because it's a comfortability, I guess. Because I once was there. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just talking. Like I was in corporate America too. Working retails and customer service and being hired to work at a certain department, but they had me doing other people work because they knew I can do it. But the pay rate didn't match it. But I did what was best for the team. You understand? I'm always been a team player, and I knew as a kid I was going to be in business. I just wasn't sure what it would be. I just knew that I had to create something or do something that can help those who are around me and eventually help the world. Look at me now. I'm doing something that I love, and I believe I'm helping the world. So I appreciate everyone for continuing to look at this platform and to still support. You have merch that you can check out. Got mugs, got mugs. Have hats, hoodies, socks. I don't know. It might be some drawers on there, paws, but sweatpants. It's all types of merch on there, in the store. You would never know what else going to be added to the store. Reasonable price. Not trying to, the company's not trying to outdo any other company, But it's good products. It's very good products, Like I said, it's a lot of good products. It fits well. It's good. It's pretty good. Most people like coffee, tea, juice. You could put it in here. It's no problem. No leaks, none of that stuff. So what I'm saying to you is these big time corporate and tennis shoes on the site too. The company do have tennis shoes. So you have, people like what they like respectfully. People spending money on what they like respectfully. It's understood. But my thing is, right, people have the right to spend their money on whatever they want. So what if you knew the people that you was purchasing their products and or service from you, which on this platform I keep talking about them, what if they didn't care anything about you? Would you still give your money to them? If you really genuinely know that they didn't care nothing about you or your loved ones or your family, they just want your money. If you knew they didn't care nothing about you, would you still give them your money? Hi, I'm KD. This is So Get the Podcast. See you later.